Oh no. Who did this?
Me.
What? After all the memes that have been going viral on the internet, this is what you come up with?
Yeah.
While I'm on live?
Be asked should you bid involving other men into your relationship. And be asked should you bid being fucking lustful over other men. Fuck that off. That Larry Wheels is going more into a fucking beta. What's going on here? The more he allows himself to get disrespected, the more she's gonna do it. And she won't give two fucks about doing it. That's the sad reality. That relationship is just fucking bad news waiting to happen. A lot of women are lustful nowadays, but one way out to stop lust is by downloading the Overcomer app. Get inside the community and speak to like-minded people to overcome lust. Women will test you to see how you react to disrespect. If they see that you're weak, they'll do it more. Stay woke in these streets like Big Brr.
I know so many great single women.
That's awesome. I know so many great single guys. We should introduce them.
So many great single women. I don't know where all the dudes. I'm like, guys, come on. Come on, guys. Make the first move.
Oh, it's their fault. It's the man's fault. Okay. Yeah. That's why they're single. That's why you guys are single and complaining about each other. Because you're complaining about each other. Because you're so busy blaming the opposite sex for why you're single. If only men would step up, then there'd be less single women. And if only women wouldn't be so self-entitled, there'd be less single men. Stop blaming each other. Stop shitting on each other. How can you possibly expect to attract the opposite sex in a positive way when you have so much resentment towards them?
Well, if she would just tell me what to do, if she would just write me a list, then I would be happy to help. I'm sorry, are you an adult or are you a child? Are you a teenager or are you a grown man? Okay, because I'm a little confused based on how you're acting. Because why should she have to tell the other adult in the house that dishes need to be done?
That's not how it works, because he could do the dishes perfectly and you would find something wrong with it. He put one thing in a slightly different spot than you're used to. He didn't load the dishwasher exactly how you do it, even though there's more than one proper way of doing it. Also, you might have unrealistic expectations and requirements out of every single chore. He has to do it a very specific way that you were taught, not the way he was taught. And when he asks for a list, it's because he can't read your mind. He might think, well, I need to pressure wash the outside of the house because it's looking a bit dirty. And you're secretly thinking, why did he vacuum behind the couch? So that's why he asks for a list. So you guys are on the same page. It's not because he's a child who can't figure it out. It's just what he might see needs to be done is different from what you think needs done.
Most women want to compete with their man. I don't. I want to build with my man. I want to stand by my man. I want to be his biggest cheerleader, and I want to help him reach all of his goals and make all of his dreams come true. Honestly, I wish more men out there understood that they deserve a good woman.
This fucking generation's terrible. Imagine what Christ thinks of all this. Stay woke in these streets like Big Brr.
Okay, I just need to know something for a minute. Why do men have to be so creepy sometimes?
We gotta get all those creepy men away from the kids. All those creepy men. Wait, hold on. Hold on. So what's this?
Top stories of the night, a former Lee County teacher turned herself in this morning after warrants were taken out for her arrest by the GBI. 29-year-old Danielle Weaver faces child molestation and sexual assault by teacher, principal, or other administrator engaged in sexual contact.
Ain't none of your business what my name is. Why do men have to be so creepy? I'm walking to my car, minding my own business. And this man that was walking in just started talking to me like he knew me.
According to the Leesburg Police Department, after its office was made aware of the allegations against the now former teacher, the GBI was called in to assist and warrants were taken out for her arrest. Lee County School System released a statement on February 5th saying in part, quote, "We at the 9th grade campus can confirm that there is an ongoing legal investigation involving law enforcement concerning the alleged conduct of a former staff member who is no longer working for the district."
Watch out for all those creepy men. Women do it too. So watch out for those creepy women. I'll just drop them out.
Upon discovering the allegations, school and district leadership acted immediately to ensure the safety and well-being of students, as well as to conduct a thorough investigation, end quote. Now, according to the Lee County Sheriff's Office, Weaver's bond was set at $50,000, $25,000 for each charge. She has since bonded out. We will continue to follow this story.
First of all, I don't know you. Second of all, ain't none of your business what my name is.
Man, I don't know. I don't know about this one. I don't know.
Got him! Got him! Hurry up and get the fucking bed!
So this message reads, Uncle Truth, I've been with my man for 7 months. I found out about 3 months ago that he makes significantly more than me. I'm talking 3 times what I make annually. Uncle Truth, do you think that he should be helping me with my bills because of the amount of money that he makes? I'll make this short and sweet. Absolutely not. He didn't help you create your bills. You were providing for yourself before he came into your life. And if things don't go the way that you guys planned them, you have to provide for yourself after he walks out of your life. At the end of the day, right? What you're not considering is that he does make 3 times more than you. So I'm pretty sure his bills are bigger than yours. But if they are or if they aren't, we don't know what he's saving for. We don't know what he's planning for. We don't know what his plans is with his money. This is why people need to mind the business that pays him. You need to mind the business that pays you. What he makes or what he decides to spend it on or how he spends the money that he makes should never be a concern of yours at any point. At any point, respectfully.
And I can't understand why modern women think that as soon as they come into a man's life, they have access or they should have access to his provision. You wouldn't like it or his money, like all of it. Well, you make 3 times as much as I do, so naturally you should start helping me with my bills. Do you want me to come into your life and say, well, I have needs as a man, so you should be helping me with my needs? Instead of me, I'm struggling, I'm always aroused, and do you have what I need? You have a lot of it. So why don't you break me off a piece? As soon as I come into your life, does that make a lot of sense to you? And even if we're not talking about being in the bedroom, if the situation was reversed, let's put it like that. If you want to compare apples to apples, if you were making money, a lot of money, and you were making 3 times what he does, you would say, well, you wouldn't even be dating him because you would feel like he's a bum. Well, I just feel like I know more than him. But if you did, then you still wouldn't you would expect him to work harder to get to where you are. You would hold that over his head. You would make it seem like you're way better than him because you make more money than he does. There would be a lot of women in the comments saying, you better not. You better not let that man move in with you. He'll destroy your life. He'll ruin your life. He's insecure. You better not be paying bills for that man. It needs to be half and half at the very least. At the very least, I'm telling you, you better not be paying for that man. You better not be sponsoring that man. As a matter of fact, no matter how much he makes less than you, he should still be paying the bills. He should pay the rent at least. And you pick up a bill. But I make three times as much as he does. We don't even have to speculate as if women would do that because we already have video proof that women, when a woman was like, well, I take care of my fiance, he doesn't make as much as I do, or I take care of my boyfriend, not take care of, but I pay the rent, or I pay the rent. Oh, how dare, no, you shouldn't be doing that. We already have evidence of what they would do.
Good fathers are protective of their daughters. And I think a lot of y'all forget that we are somebody's daughters. And I think that you be getting confused because you've dealt with so many women who didn't have active fathers and they had no guidance on what they should or shouldn't be looking for. And they didn't have like a standard to be met. But when you start getting into women who had active fathers or got active fathers, those men are not just going to allow those girls to just be with anybody. And so while you think that these girls are just strict, they got it from somewhere. My personality, though men be having an issue with my mouth and a lot of other things, that's because of him. That's because of my daddy. My daddy is why I got this mouth. My daddy is why I won't put up with certain things. Because guess what? There's no way I can take you home to him. There's no way you can show up at no function with me. He ain't gonna have it. He ain't gonna have it. He don't think you good enough. All right? He don't think you good enough, and he's gonna critique you and tell me why you're not good enough to be with me. Why he don't want me with you. Right? So a lot of y'all forget that these women are somebody's daughter. And the same way you would not want your daughter, if you love your daughter, to just be with anything, is the same way a girl who got a daddy that love her don't want her with just anything. And some of y'all are the anything.
First of all, if you're going to choose a man, you better make sure he don't want to put his hands on you. Because if he do, I'm going to tell you. You tell him when he first good argument, tell him he needs to go ahead and call the police before I catch up with him. What's the next question?
But what about as far as like financially, kids and all that kind of stuff?
Prenup, no kids. You ain't bringing none to the table, so why should you take on his responsibility? He made him with another woman. Let him raise him with another woman.
Exactly. And they act like I'm doing too much by saying that I want somebody that got what I got. They're like, oh, well, you asking for a perfect man. I'm not a perfect woman.
No, you ain't asking for a perfect man. You asking for a man that's made his way in life and financially stable. Why you want a zero when you can have a hero? He ain't got to be rich, but he can't be poor.
But once again, most men don't have a problem with this. Most men don't have a problem with it. But he doesn't have to be a hero. I mean, he could be your hero in your story, for sure. Well, let me not say nobody. I'm not expecting you to get with a broke man. And this is not specifically to Dana, but like women in general. I'm not expecting you to get with a broke man. What I am expecting you to do is not sit up and act like, oh, well, I mean, if you don't got kids and you don't want to date a man with kids, fine, do your thing. But I think what's missing here is that sometimes men are actually on your level. And number one, number two, women say a man can't provide when actually they mean financially. He might not be the same as I am, but he's got this talent and this and this and this. And now it doesn't mean that he's broke, but he does have this ability to do whatever it is. And this actually enhances my life. Instead of taking that and using that to enhance your life and further your passion or whatever it is, y'all just call him broke, say that he's unqualified, and move on. When men are saying, wait a minute, that was actually maybe y'all didn't end up together, but maybe that was a man that you should have actually looked into. That was a good candidate.
So I was thinking maybe we could go to breakfast this morning, and then after that we can just swing by, grab dog food, and then we can...
Lady, leave your man alone. He literally just woke up. You are exhausting that man, okay? Let him relax today. Let him do something he wants to do. If you want to do all those things, go do it yourself. Let him enjoy his day off. Just leave him alone, okay? Men are so patient with us women, it's crazy. Like, I admire you guys so much.
I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. I'm okay with being an ugly girlfriend.
I'm okay if I go to a party with my man and someone comes up to me and they pull me aside and they go, hey, I don't mean to be rude, but how much did he cost you?
I want a man that respects me. Respect and consideration. If you could give me those two things as a partner while also giving me nut after nut, baby, we are here. And I could die a happy woman.
But do you feel like most women want what you want?
Women who have done the work on themselves.
Yes.
Women who may or may not already have children, but women who are in a financial place and have genuinely found peace and love their selves, where they're not seeking a man to fill an empty slot.
Yeah.
I do believe that they would agree with me. I do believe that sometimes nothing feels better than coming home and not having to cook for somebody else.
I
because
agree.
it's been a long goddamn day. I even got to lock my cat in the room since I only got a cat because the dog was too much. But like, to me, once you find peace and genuinely like yourself,
yes,
you can go to restaurants because you like them, not because you're waiting on a man to take you there.
Yes.
When you could go on a trip to an island because you want to go and you have a community of friends.
Yeah.
When you have healthy, loving people around you, you don't feel empty. You don't feel lonely. You don't feel like, ooh, you know what would make this better? A man.
Right. So if you had a boyfriend and you
Girl,
decided...
Girl, I got 3 now.
Okay, so let's say,
I got
so
3
you're 3.
boyfriends.
Let's
Actually,
say,
2.5 because one of them I had. I was like, this ain't really.
let's say you had one man that could give you what all 3 of those men gave you.
Oh, so that's my thing. My last relationship, yes, I was with one man.
Yeah.
We were together for 3 years.
Yeah.
But sex-wise and need-wise, I'm a bisexual woman. So we went and played with women because just because I'm with you don't mean I have to take away a part of my identity.
Okay.
And so for me, that's why non-monogamy probably would never work for me because I'm going to have to sprinkle a little coochie in there from time to time.
So if he said, I want marriage, but we can at times still bring women into the bedroom, would you get married?
I would take a ring.
No, he said, I want to be married. If he has stuff going on for himself, he's a successful person. He loves you. You love him. The energy is great. The sex is incredible. Y'all vibe. And even every so often, yeah, we can have a threesome here and there because I like that too. But I want to be married.
Today, I would say then I am not the woman for you.
Yep. And Sarah made concessions. Okay, if that's what you're attracted to, every so often, I made a concession for you now. I would like you for myself. But if that's what you got to do, okay. Every so often, if he said that to me, mind you, she just built for you the perfect man. You said I got his. She gave you what you wanted. She said, well, I gotta sprinkle in a little bit of basically a woman every now and then. She said, okay, well, if a man presents you with this opportunity and then he sprinkles in, I want a woman today. Okay. Even if you went over there and did your thing with that, right? I wasn't involved. That's not my thing. I'm not into that. Hey, I'm tired. I'm working late. Go over there. Tell me where you're at just so I know where you are. Yeah, be safe. Don't be out all in the street or whatever. Well, I'm not the woman for you. Of course not. Of course not. Because it's not really about that for modern women. It's about them continuing to do whatever they want. They think for some reason that men for umpteen years have been doing what they want. All men for umpteen years have been doing women dirty, have been dogging women out. They think that. And so, it's time for me to get my get back. It's time for me to do whatever I want. Are you now? And now I'm not the woman for you. Okay. When you get 50, looking raggedy, looking tore up, now I'm the woman for you.
But I know you want to roll with the gang, and I know you want to find.
I've told her that women are smarter than men, that men take power, but women have innate power inside of us. But in society, we don't always have as much power. And I've told her that women are better leaders. She did tell me that she told her dad that women are smarter than men, that girls are smarter than boys. And she told me, well, dad has smart. I'm divorced, if you can't tell.
Where is dad? Where is dad? And then she brings in, oh, well, the dad, said, oh, I'm divorced. Honey, no Sherlock. You're a nightmare. You're a total head case. And I don't know what went on in your marriage. Maybe the dad was a jerk. I don't know. But maybe, did you go in with this attitude? Did you go in with a man-hating attitude and expect a man to not want to get the hell out of there? Was that part of it? It's just a fair question, right?
Men are naturally supposed to submit to women, period, point blank. Men like hierarchy. That's why they're in the military. That's why they like boy groups, etc., etc. Okay? If you're not his boss, he assumes the boss position. That cannot be. That means you need to tap into your dark feminine. How do you tap into your dark feminine? You know damn well that you're the boss and nobody's above you ever under any circumstance. A man has come out of a woman and will always want to go back inside a woman. So you're always in charge, meaning that he always submits to you. He follows your lead if he wants back in. Do you understand? You can end lineages. That's your power. So sit in it.
Whoa, did you catch that? Notice the clues. Dark feminism and end lineages. She can't even hide the master she serves. And it's no wonder. The rest of her content is just her having psychotic meltdowns on camera. The hate and misery are just spewing out of her pores. Prayers up she gets delivered from whatever blackened entities she signed her deals with. God bless.
If you take a crown off a king, nobody even knows he's not just a normal dude. What a woman of God does towards her husband is everywhere she goes. Her words, her actions, her body language, the way that she touches him in public. Everything is communicating. Everybody better recognize that man's a king. My man is special. Proverbs 12:4. A wife of noble character is her husband's crown, but a disgraceful wife is like decay in his bones. I'm gonna give an example of this. So years ago, I have a weird job. It's a very, very weird job. Every few years I get canceled for something new. The first time you get canceled, it's like an internet mob comes and it's like getting attacked by snowballs. At first you're like, you kind of wig out. The first time that ever happened to me, I'm coming home and I'm like super discouraged. I'm like, man, is my ministry going to fall apart? Am I going to, what's going to happen? Is this the beginning of the end? And I'm super discouraged. And I walk in the door and Jana has gathered all the kids at the garage door entrance. And as soon as I walk in, the kids yell, "Welcome home, Dad." And then I walk in the kitchen and all the candles have been lit. My favorite meal that's like really hard to make is on the table with like the best dishes we got. And I look around and I'm like, man, like, Jana, what's going on? Jana quotes the Sermon on the Mount where Jesus says, "Blessed are you when other people revile you, speak falsely evil against you on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for great is your reward in the kingdom of heaven." And then she said, Jesus said to rejoice. So tonight we feast. When she did that, I could have run through a brick wall, man. Wives, encouragement in the mouth of a wife is strong in the heart of a husband.
Men will use facial hair, hats, and tattoos to do the exact same thing that women do with makeup.
Well, I've taken off my hat and I don't have a tattoo, but I wrote this beard poem for people who think like you. You said my beard is just makeup for men. Oh, sweetheart, sit down. You've confused nature with your narcissism again. See, this beard, it doesn't come in 30 shades of lie. It wasn't squeezed from a tube with a name like Almond Cry. It wasn't blended with a sponge shaped like a damn teardrop. It grew slow and stubborn. It's quite impossible to stop. You can wash your face and then rinse away the illusion that you applied in the morning of the day. Scrub until your pores confess bye-bye cheekbones and lips and all the rest. But I can dunk my head in a hurricane and rinse with gasoline, and this beard will still rise like vengeance from a guillotine. I'm not shaping truth because I am the frame. You repaint the mess and then dodge the blame. Each morning starts with masking lies, pretending fake don't haunt your eyes. You're a magician of mirrors, a walking Photoshop in heels, playing peekaboo with your real face. It's like a secret government deal. You hide behind layers, primer, concealer, foundation, regret, and call it empowerment. Darling, it ain't strength, it's chemicals and sweat. But in the heat of the rain, your face will melt and reveal the truth of that thing you were dealt. Your whole persona runs and hides like a toddler dodging his veggie sides. My beard don't flee, it gleams with pride like Viking omen the gods supplied. It doesn't smear, it doesn't slip, it conquers storms with a battle cry grip. So keep brushing on your bravery and blending in your soul, but don't ever tell a man with a beard.
Men will use facial hair, hats, and tattoos to do the exact same thing that women do with makeup.
Well, I've taken off my hat and I don't have a tattoo, but
I mean, just a full-blown coping mechanism. Instead of just saying, yeah, I would like to use this for enhancement, but this is what I look like. you sit up there and try to make excuses as to why you want to do what you want to do, which is why modern women aren't good partners. They're not. It's always an excuse as to why I want to continue to live the life that I want to live. But you got to change and conform and cater to me.
Can we tell ourselves the truth, ladies? It's not narcissistic or controlling for your husband to expect you to submit to him according to God's word. God tells you to submit to your husbands in everything. Everything. But many of you have made this a point of contention to the point that so many of you husbands, now I'm going to get on your case, are not enforcing God's will in your own home for the lack of peace. You don't want no problems. You cannot continue to abdicate your responsibility to lead your home because your wife is using buzzword to try to manipulate you into thinking that you're doing what God wants you to do in marriage. Is wrong. It's not wrong. It's gaslighting. It's narcissistic behavior to expect you as a real man to not enforce biblical order in your homes. Men, I need you to stand up. Now, I'm not saying be violent and put your hands on her, but what I am saying is stop retreating because you want peace. It is not peaceful in a home that is not aligned to God's word and God's order. Now, if you believe this and you want to get things in order, I want you to type husband for the men. And ladies, if you know you are out of order and want to get in order, type apply. Talk to you in the next message. Bye.
Hi, this is an actual conversation between me and my husband. Oh my gosh, I am so frazzled and I'm so anxious. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm having such a bad day today. Oh my gosh, babe, I'm so sorry you're feeling that way. Have you drank any water? How much have you drank today? None. Okay, have you had any caffeine? Yes, 2 cups of coffee. Have you eaten anything today? I forgot to eat anything. Yeah, I have no idea why you would be feeling that way. So, do you think we can, like, go on a date or something? Maybe? Yeah, that sounds nice. We should do that.
What about chickens?
Well, they're sentient individuals too. I'm here to speak up for all non-human animals.
I'm just saying chickens seem like they only have one purpose, and that's to be eaten. Like, what do chickens do?
Okay. Well, that's no different to saying that black people only have a purpose to be slaves, right?
No. Somehow I don't think that those are the same thing.
I don't care what anyone says. Getting played while you're being loyal is traumatizing. Like having somebody play in your face while you're being loyal to them is traumatizing.
What's the difference between the women now and the women back then in your generation?
In my generation, now women are going out. They jumping from man to man. Society has messed them up so much because they think that their body, getting this cosmetic surgery on their body makes them, they trying to make themselves be something that a man will want. And I want to let you know, if you with a man that wants you for that, that ain't a man. When you find a man that wants you for your heart, you got yourself a man. But looking at your body and then, they enhanced it. Because guess what? All the enhancements you do ain't going to change your state of mind and ain't going to change where you are. The only thing it's going to do is hurt it, honestly.
Her man was confused. He's like, I didn't even mean it like that, but that's like 7,000 right there. What'd you do, Margaret? What the fuck?
Excuse me. Have you ever thought of putting on some freaking shorts or not? I'm talking about you. You're wearing like nothing. You're like naked out here. No, I'm not trying to be funny. I expose women disrespecting their bodies.
Do I gotta disrespect you?
You can't do anything to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Cause I see you got some glasses on. You think
Yeah.
meta glasses on.
Yeah. I do have metas on. Like I said, I run a page where women expose their bodies. What are you gonna do?
I'll show you what I'm gonna do.
Show me. Excuse me. I have a question. Have you ever thought of putting some freaking clothes on or not?
They all need to put their clothes on.
I know. She needs to put some clothes on, right? Why are you out here disrespecting your body?
I love
God.
This isn't rage bait. This is real life.
You're disrespecting us by coming up to us being
Exactly.
mean.
Why would I respect you if you disrespect yourself?
Disrespect you.
Do something.
Dang.
Oh. No.
You got my fucking hand.
That's
This man is still posted up outside of Moxie's. These women are trying to have a boss babe night, and you are ruining it. You are ruining it with accountability.
Only love can hurt like this. Must have been a deadly kiss. Only love can hurt like this. Yeah, I wouldn't care if you walked away.
We need programs that pay mothers to be able to stay home with their kids. There are so many parents who are working so hard for their kids. There's a lot of single moms in our country. For those families, I think we should have a public policy that instead of investing money in groups like abortion clinics, like Planned Parenthood, I would love to see, along with paid family leave, I think we should focus on empowering moms to stay home with their kids. So it's not paying for universal daycare, it's paying for universal motherhood. Another situation that I think would help is tax write-offs for the work that moms do. Did you know in a small business, you can write off your accountant, you can write off your employees, you can write off all of your business expenses. But if you're the mother, I think we should move to a model that you can actually write off your contributions to do the most important work that any family does, which is raising the next generation. Children are a blessing and a gift in the future of any civilization. And we need to empower working families to be able to raise their children well and not be so burdened economically that they both have to work these crazy hours and jobs, dropping their kids off of daycare. We should instead use public policy as well as support each other in our communities through churches and nonprofits to help moms be able to prioritize their kids during their most tender years. That's the kind of country that I want to see.
I honestly think that maybe that's probably what a child tax credit is. Maybe that serves as a function of that, but it's general and it's broad. But I think you might be looking for something that's like, hey man, let's encourage motherhood. Let's encourage women who want to be mothers to be mothers. There's so much literature out here. There's so many videos and movies and rhetoric that discourages women who actually want to be wives and mothers.
When a man tells you he feels disrespected and your first instinct is to argue with him about why he is wrong, you are actively destroying your own relationship. We are absolutely obsessed with being loved. We want the romance, the long text paragraphs, the constant validation, but we completely ignore how male psychology actually works.
Mm-hmm.
For a grown man, respect and love are the exact same thing. You cannot emasculate him in front of his friends.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot belittle his decisions. You cannot constantly correct every little thing he does and then expect him to sweep you off your feet like a romance novel hero. We demand unconditional love, but we offer highly conditional respect. We treat our partners like incompetent children,
Mm-hmm.
and then we cry to the group chat that they don't lead like men. A man will endure almost anything for a woman who genuinely honors him. But the second he feels like an ongoing joke in your life, his emotional walls go up permanently. You cannot nag a man
Mm-hmm.
into being a protector. If you want a strong masculine man to cherish you, you have to stop speaking to him like he is your misbehaving teenage son. Give him his respect back.
Why are single men happier than you think? A lot of single men are not actually miserable. A lot of them are doing better than fine. Society likes to push the idea, oh, men are lost without a woman. That's a lie. For years now, men have been told that their happiness only comes from marriage and kids and overall settling down. But modern relationships don't offer men the same benefits that they used to. Men aren't wrong for asking what's in it for me before they go into a really serious relationship. Single men today have financial freedom and overall peace of mind. They have control over their own lives. They're traveling, building businesses, hitting the gym, and overall going after their goals. And until women are willing to offer a little bit more in relationships, this is going to continue. Holding men to these outdated expectations, but also a variety of new ones that show up every single day, is just not doing it for them. And they're not going to continue having relationships if this keeps up.
And why would they? What's the incentive there? Why would they continue to go into these relationships and you spend $50K and in 5 years it's done? That's a $10,000 a year investment. Dudes are just putting that type of money into the market.
Before you get married, you have to start acting like you're married. Oh, but I'm single. I can do whatever I want. Says who? The world? We're not of this world. We belong to God. If you're expecting God to hand you one of his faithful children one day, then you need to show him that he can trust you. Every decision you make while you're single matters. Every person you sleep with, every soul tie you form, every person you entertain and lust, every place you know you shouldn't be going to but go to anyway. All of it follows you into marriage. If you don't have self-control over your flesh now, it doesn't magically disappear when you get married. It bleeds into your marriage. Your spouse will never feel like they're enough, not because they aren't enough, but because your mind is so accustomed and trained to always want more, to always look elsewhere, to always crave variety instead of faithfulness. And this goes for obedience as well. If you ignore God's boundaries while you're single, when your future husband says, hey, this makes me feel uncomfortable, or don't go here, you'll get defensive. Because you already trained yourself not to listen to God's rules when you had all the freedom in the world. And that's not love, that's hidden rebellion. You don't need more options. You don't need more experiences. You need to heal. You need to let go of the idea that this is your own life. You can do whatever you want with it. Before you ever commit to another person, you need to commit to God. Someone who doesn't fear God when they have total freedom will always see commitment as a prison, not a gift. Stop letting the world lie to you. You don't own yourself. God does.
A woman that's always in the mood for you is really one of the biggest compliments she can give you. Because any man who has women as friends has been on the other side where you've watched them roll their eyes when a certain guy calls or texts them. You've heard the, what he want? Or, I don't feel like dealing with this nigga right now. Then they'll ignore the call, leave a text on read, and they may not respond at all. So when a woman make it clear that you're not one of those men, that matters. When she's always in the mood for you, whether it's a call, a text, or just your name popping up on her phone, that's a flex. Because either she genuinely looks forward to hearing from you, or at the very least, she don't mind your company. Both of those are winning positions to be in. Because let's keep it a buck, a woman's feelings can change fast. She could be rocking with you today and wake up tomorrow like, I don't even like the way this nigga tie his shoes. And just like that, it's over. So when a woman is consistently in the mood for you, what she's really saying is you bring her peace, you don't drain her, and your presence feels good. That's not small at all. That's saying something.
You show me a woman with a happy, thriving, and successful relationship, I'll show you a woman that knows how to shut the fuck up. Yeah, I know. You show me a woman with a man that is worthwhile. I'm talking about good looking, successful, shit together, body nice, witty, charismatic. I guarantee he has a wife that knows how to shut the fuck up. And there are going to be a lot of extremely hyper masculine women that hear shut the fuck up and they fall apart. But any grown woman, she has mastered the ability of when and how to shut the fuck up at the right time. She understands that an argument does nothing. A grown woman is solution-based. A grown woman knows how to massage ideas into her man's mind. A grown woman knows how to throw an idea out there, let her man disagree, she backs away from it, then he comes back later as if it's his idea. You women have not mastered the art of shutting the fuck up, and you take shutting the fuck up as a negative thing. But if opening your mouth, if being combative, if being overly opinionated has never produced positive results, how about you try shutting the fuck up? You want to see a happy wife? I guarantee she knows how to shut the fuck up. Pick and choose your battles. A man is going to leave an overly combative woman. I can guarantee that.
And you'll notice he said they know when to pick their battles. They know when to shut up. Once again, there was a woman that talked about this. She was obviously already married. And I think the interviewer was asking her, what do you think that women should know about marriage? Or people, women, you said women, what do you think they should know about marriage? We don't have to say everything that comes to our mind. I know you want to, I understand it. I get it. I'm right there with you. But you don't have to say everything that comes to your mind. If you got to go in a closet somewhere and just talk to yourself and just talk it out, then do that. But you don't have to say everything that comes to your mind. Well, I gotta bite my tongue for a man. You want that man to bite his tongue for you when you come in and say, does this dress make me look fat? Or do I look good in this top? Do these bottoms look good on me? Do you think that I still have a good figure? There's this woman. I don't know if you guys remember the story. It was one of those Reddit stories. And basically, essentially what happened was a man's wife was calling him a jerk because she said, I'm going to go get some cosmetic surgery. I'm going to go get this, and this done. And she went on ahead and did it. Even though she told that man, she asked him, what do you think about it? I don't like it. I think that you should stay the way you are. I like the way you are. She went on ahead and did it because she said, my body, my choice, and all that other nonsense. Well, surprise, surprise, he didn't like it. And he didn't want to, he wasn't attracted to her. He was kind of avoiding her. He didn't want to sleep with her. Oh, why you not talking to me? Why you avoid me all the time? And he tried to keep his mouth closed. But eventually she pressed him and said, well, you know, this new look for you, I don't really, it's not really my style. And then that's when she want to break down. That's when she want to start crying. That's when she want to start calling him a jerk. You expect that man, even though you went out there and did some stupid stuff, to hold his tongue, to be quiet, to figure out a way. As a man, you would never want to put a woman down. As a man, to figure out some way to talk to you and say, hey, you know, that's all right. I still love you for who you are. But it's just, you know, I really, really love the old you, like but I'm committed to getting to know you in this phase of your life and embrace you. That's what modern women want to hear. If she did something stupid like that woman did, I wouldn't suggest you do that. Just tell her the truth. And honestly, truly, she put herself in that position, so she's got to work that out. That's on her, right? But my point is, even in those situations, y'all are expecting a man to talk to you a certain way, to know when to say something, know how to say it, know why he's saying it, and then be explained. Jill Scott, she said something like, if you don't know how to talk to me, then if you can't talk to me, or if you can't talk me through it, then you can't talk to, or something like that. Basically saying, if you don't know how to present the material to me, if you don't know how to teach me in the right manner, in the right way, then we don't need to be talking at all. So y'all can police a man's tone and how he says things. Y'all want that man to do how y'all want that man to do, whenever y'all want the man to do it. But when a man says, hey, not right now, or hey, let's take it easy. Can you just follow my lead? You know what I'm saying? Just understand what I'm saying. We're going this direction. You don't know when to shut up. You don't know when, hey, this not a battle for me, not right now. Not in front of the kids. Hey, I shouldn't be pulling the kid over here and trying to use the child as a shield to be able to say whatever I want. And then when he tries to respond, oh, you're going to say that to me in front of your son? Let the record show that you say this is how you treat the mother of your child. Okay.
Why playing hard to get doesn't work on men. Make him chase you. Don't text back too soon. Act like you don't care, and he'll want you more. Okay. That strategy is so stupid, and it turns a lot of men off. We're always told that men love to chase. And yeah, men love a challenge when it's on PlayStation or something. But when we do it, it's just flat out frustrating and annoying. A good man has options, and he's also very busy. He doesn't want to pursue someone who is unavailable or who doesn't seem interested. He'll just move on to someone else who reciprocates. Men tend to take things at face value. If you act like you're not interested, he's gonna assume that's just all it is. Men truly love it when you have good communication and you're clear about what you want and you're upfront. You've got your own stuff going on, your own goals and passions, but you're also reciprocating to his effort. You're just being upfront and honest and you're being genuine in who you are. That's gonna be the most attractive thing you can do to attract a good man. You don't need to play games or try to manipulate the situation.
I think modern women feel like they're the ultimate prize, right? So men have to qualify for them. And what they do is they do like a checkpoint. If you've ever played, it's a game, it's an arcade game, played on 64 a lot, Cruising USA, Cruising World, Cruising Exotic, that sort of thing. Used to love those games. But what they do in those games is sometimes they have women at the checkpoints that are dressed in bathing suits and stuff like that. But that's not my point. The point is they just do that to make it look cool. But you go through checkpoints, checkpoint, right? And it gives you, 20 more seconds to get to the next checkpoint. And each checkpoint, it seems like it gets harder. You have less time. And before you know it, you would have had to start the race right. You would have had to start the race on 10 coming out of the blocks. They might give you a little bit of leeway, but the way you started is eventually going to catch up to you because you're going to start hitting that checkpoint that they have for you later and later. And eventually you're going to eliminate yourself and you're not going to finish the race. This is what modern women are doing. You should have had this and this and this before you even started the race. I'm going to act like I'm going to take you or I'm going to entertain you. But eventually, you're on my roster right now. And eventually you're going to crash and burn because you don't have enough money for me. So you don't have enough status for me. You don't have enough connections for me. So eventually you will crash and burn. I'm not going to tell you that now. You just have to know that.